Hey guys, it's Joshy here bringing you my next Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle. Now, this battle I have had saved for a little while, but I've been really busy and I want to apologise for not uploading for like a week because I've been really busy working at Supernova for 4 days down in Sydney. For anyone who doesn't know, that's like a Comic-Con thing. And then work is like full on at the moment. But nonetheless, I had this battle ready, so I just needed to save it and get it going. You'll also see in the battle when it starts, I do have a new little edit I've done to the videos. I'd like to hear back if people do like it or not, the setup, because it is a bit different and does change the videos a bit. And, excuse me, I do know it's not perfect and the alignment's not great because I'm still recording with a camera, but I'm hoping to work towards getting a capture card within, or hopefully a shorter period of time. So anyway, into the battle. This is a battle I got randomly online, and as you'll see by his team, it definitely wasn't something discussed with anybody off any chat. But either way, I'm going to lead off with my Golisopod because I can hit pretty hard with first impression against a lot of Pokemon. And yeah, but unfortunately he has a shiny love ball Salamence, so I really don't want to hit him with a first impression here because it's not going to do too much, especially with the Intimidate. So I'm going to switch out here and I'm going to bring in my Gigalith. This Gigalith should be able to easily take a hit as long as he didn't go for Earthquake, which is highly doubtful with the Pokemon I was using. So, and I'm also Assault Vested plus the Sandstorm if he is a special set, but he does go for the Dragon Dance there. So I was like, okay, he's probably going to be a physical set, but I've got Stone Edge, so a half decent Stone Edge or even a crit, I should take him out. But here he actually withdraws his Salamence and brings out his Kyogre. And I mean, obviously shiny. And what's a Kyogre without Primal? So he's gonna, come Primal Kyogre here. I do quite like the shiny with Primal Kyogre, but I don't think I'd bother putting in the time to find a shiny Kyogre because I'd rarely ever use it. So anyway, he sets up the rain here, so I'm not going to be as special defensive. Do a nice chunk of damage there, and I'm going to pull out my Gigalith here because I do have my Seismitoad on this team, which has Water Absorb. And he's obviously going to go for a water move, so he goes for Origin Pulse, and it's going to do nothing because I got Water Absorb. So he's going to start. It's going to be a battle here. You'll see as it's a bit of wear down each way, and this is what it's going to work for. So he doesn't do really much damage at all, and I actually go for the Scald here to see if I can get a bit of a scummy burn and how much damage it'll do with the rain. So it doesn't do too much, but that's fine with me. It does a little bit of chip damage. He actually misses the Blizzard, and it's my turn to use Earthquake, and I'm going to do a nice chunk again, but being Primal Kyogre, his stats are quite high, so he does live. If I was smart enough and just went for the Earthquake in the first place on the first turn, I probably could have taken him out there, but oh well. So he this time hits with the Blizzard, and going to knock me down just to a little bit of health here, but I'm going to pop the Salak Berry, and I'm going to kill him with a Poison Jab. I did use Poison Jab just for some reason. If you did want to swap out, there is anything on his team, I might have a chance of poisoning. So here he's going to bring in his Zekrom, his obviously shiny Zekrom, it's got to be. And I was like, okay, because I'm not a legendary user, I'm like, I don't really know the stats. So I'm like, okay, let's see what happens. So he does outspeed me even though I've had my Salak Berry, so I'm definitely going to go down there. And that's Seismitoad, so that's one each down, that's no fuss to me. So I'm going to send back out the Golisopod here because I know I'm quite a defensive Pokemon and I should be able to at least take a hit, and even if I have to use a berry to be able to attack him. But the first impression is going to do a nice amount of damage and, just under half health, but that's fine with me. So I do go just under half health with the Outrage. I pop the Citrus Berry, and I'm going to stay in for another round. So obviously he's locked into Outrage, so I'm going to go for the Sucker Punch. Just knock him on to probably about a third health, and he's going to hit me with the Outrage, which will knock me quite low, but I'm going to survive. But my emergency exit activates and I'm out. So that doesn't worry me at all. He's confused, and I was a bit surprised he didn't carry the berry. Persian berry? Is it? Yeah, I think so, to get rid of the confusion. But anyway, he's confused, and he actually hits himself in confusion here, so which is really good, because now Incineroar doesn't have to take a hit this turn. And I'm going to go for the Darkest Lariat, and it's definitely going to take him out of that stage. I can't remember exactly what EVs I put in over this Incineroar, because he's just a normal Incineroar set, though sometimes he does carry the Z move, as you'll see in a second, but sometimes I wonder if I should carry the assault vest because I've got all attacking moves and it'd be a lot more bulkier. But, you know, I don't mind. I do like using the Z move on him. So anyway, here, obviously, Shiny Rayquaza is going to have to be Shiny Mega Rayquaza because what's the point of bringing him otherwise? So here, I'm actually going to stay in. He pulls out the Earthquake and I thought, oh, let's see how we go. And hits me quite hard and I just take that there and I'm like, good. Because I've used my Z move, so I'm going to get a big chunk off. And get to see me here with... I actually like the outfit my little guy's got on at the moment. It's a newer one that I only put on like last week, so pretty happy with that. So anyway, I'm going to use Malicious Moonsault here. Now, there was a battle I had recently as well. I might be uploading it soon, where I'm using 2 Pokemon with Z Crystals, and I didn't get to use either, but he was one of them, and it's where I should have bought the Assault Vest. So anyway, the Rayquaza lives just there, and I'm like, god damn. And he's going to Earthquake me, and that's me down, but that's fine. You know, it's still 2 each, and he's got one that's very low that I can easily take out. Excuse me there. So I'm going to bring back out the Golisopod because I've got First Impression, Aqua Jet, and Sucker Punch there, so I know I can take him out, but the First Impression will do it. He's on barely any health, and that's the Mega Rayquaza down, so... For a team full of a lot of threats, I'm doing alright, and I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, sometimes I come up against teams like this, and I have some teams like this, or usually a bit weaker teams, or lower tiers, and it's like, yeah, that was like, I get smashed, and it's like, you know, so it's not always I do great against these teams. Anyway, the Salamence comes back in, and I'm going to swap back into my Gigalith here. Probably expecting the Dragon Dance again. But he actually goes for the Draco Meteor, and I was like, this is going to be a bit interesting. I want to see how much damage this does. So it hits me, and it does so little, like less than 40, 39 I think it did. So any special attack drop, and lost some HP. So this is a Life Orb Draco Meteor, did nothing. So I was like, yeah, okay, that's good. So he's actually going to withdraw here, and I was expecting possibly this one to come out. I wasn't sure who was coming out. But, you know, Primal, why not? What else would you use? So anyway, I've got Primal Coyote, now I can't even say it right, Primal Groudon, I'll get there in the end. And so I used Stone Edge, but unfortunately it did miss, because that could have been quite nice if I did get a crit. So he's got the Solar Beam, which most of them these days I see carry, but I was happy to take a hit, because I was pretty sure I could live it. And even though it's quite powerful and super effective, I do take it quite well. And I'm going to use Earthquake here. And it's a big shame that Stone Edge did miss, but you know, that's what happens when you're using moves like that. So if I did get a strong enough Stone Edge or a crit, I possibly could have killed him with that Earthquake. But, you know, comes and goes. We have our lucks, we have our don'ts. So, and I'm going to go down to the Solar Beam there. So I am getting a bit sick of this weather controlling team and everything. It didn't really work that well with Gigalith, but anyway, I'm going to bring in my Shiny Minior here because I'm hoping he can hit me down to my shields down. As most sets are with Minior, I probably should try and run a different set. I might breed a different Minior for it, but this one's a Shell Smash. It's got, I believe, max speed, mixed defense, so that way if I'm still in this form, with my shell up, I can still outspeed most things with a Shell Smash. And he, for some reason, goes for the Fisher. I wish he went for a Fire move or anything, because it would have been nice to be knocked down just far enough to have my ability activate so my speed and attack goes right up, because it would have made a big difference. You'll see in a minute. But anyway, he goes for the rest, and I thought, well, he wasn't Resto Chesto, and I don't think he's a Sleep Talk set. So I'm actually going to go for another Shell Smash, because I'm going to be able to get more boosts and easily outspeed everything. So it brings in the Salamence and intimidates me, probably expecting me to go for another Acrobatics possibly. I'm not sure what he thought, but he wanted to get him out of there. So either way, I'm just going to go for another Shell Smash. So I'm pretty dangerous Pokemon at this stage, and even though that he gave me Intimidate, I actually carry the Power Gem instead of the Rock Slide or Stone Edge, so that Salamence is going straight down there. He then brings back out the Primal Groudon, and I'm like, okay, so I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do here. I was thinking about this turn for a little bit, and I thought, you know, I'm going to go for another Shell Smash. I'm really going to boost myself right up because he has at least another 2 turns of sleep. So I'm going to make sure I get the most out of this and hit him quite hard, just in case. So anyway, he's still asleep. I got my special attack as high as possible, and my attack's up 5 times. So I'm going to go for the power gem here because, as I said, my special attack is raised 1 more time than attack. And he barely lives, but he's still asleep, so it's no fuss. He's not going to swap anything into it, such a high increased move. So I'm just going to take him out there. And that's the Primal Groudon down. So 2 Primals and a Mega, all from, you know, Oris, and they're all gone. So in comes the Giratina, and I can tell you now, I've seen way too many of these guys lately online. So I go for the Dazzling Gleam, which I also carry, and that is going to do about 60%. And that just shows that if my Shield's Down was activated, my attack base and special attack base would have gone from 60 to 100%, and I most probably would have taken that out. But nonetheless, he's going to use Shadow Force here, and because of the extra Shell Smashes, my defenses are low as hell. So Minior's going straight down. So here I'm bringing my Squishy. This is my SOS chained little wishy-washy. I actually caught it in Pokemon Sun on my first playthrough of that. See, I buy Sun and Moon. Moon stays my hard copy that I use for all this and collecting finished Pokédex. And Sun becomes the one I play through a couple of times with different Pokemon I find or teams I set up, or if I just want to play through for fun. But actually every time I played through I found a shiny. But anyway, I take that really well, and I just Ice Beam this Giratina, and that's out. So Squishy finishes this battle pretty strong, and that's a nice win for me, 1-0. Sorry, 2-0, I forgot Golisopod was still in the back. Anyway guys, if you did like this battle, it'd be great if you could sucker punch that like button. It really helps out, and I'd love to hear some feedback on the new layout, what you guys think, if you want me to get rid of it, change it, or what's happening. But anyway guys, until my next video, I'll see ya.